Mr. Toastmaster, fellow comrades, the road to wealth is covered in stones of struggle and thorns of suffering. Now, South Africa is said to be the most unequal society. If you fly, as many of you usually do, or as many of us usually do, if you fly over Alex and Sentin in your private jet, you can see the disparities, they are clearly visible. Now, why is that? If in the same country, you hear that the hair industry is worth about 4 billion rands. South Africa spends 4 billion rands just on hair alone in a year. Who is the most contributor to that? Could it be Alex or is it Sentin who contributes to the 4 billion rands a year in hair? I know for sure that my contribution towards that is about 75 rands a year because I bought my machine at Clicks for 600 rands and it has been with me now for 8 years. So if I do my depreciation and calculate that, it gives me 75 rands a year. I don't know how much is your contribution, but when I look at the hairstyles in this room, I can clearly tell that we're not the major contributors to that. Now, why is it that people spend so much money in things like hair and other luxuries? I'm not saying hair is not important, but is it worth spending 4 billion rands? My take on that is that when people get money, the first thing they think about is, what can I do with this money now that I have it? You get the money, you put it in your pocket. For some people, they can't even put their hands in their pockets because the money bends them. When you put your hand in your pocket, then you get the bend, then you must take it out and give it to someone else. Now, I put it to you that this is one of the contributors to the inequalities that we have. Because I also look in the workplace. And I'm not saying I'm better here. I'm actually part of this problem. I also look in the workplace. Someone gets employed today. You find him tomorrow is driving a luxury car. He's staying in a posh area. Now, when have you generated all this money for you to be able to stay and drive such luxuries? Corruption. What could be the problem here? Or what could be the solution in this instance? The problem here is that people are not financially educated when it comes to money. They are not wise in terms of what to do with the money. Now the solution, if the solution is clear, is that people need to be financially educated. Now this is where I come in with the proposal that I'm giving to you tonight. You will notice that on your desk, I have put a copy of this book, The Richest Man in Babylon, by George Clason. This, for me, this book is the epitome of personal financial management. It teaches you from the beginning of time in terms of what you need to do with the money when you get the money. The main principle of this book is that a part of all I earn is mine to keep. A part of all I earn is mine to keep. I don't know what's your understanding of this phrase, that a part of all I earn is mine to keep. How much of the money that you earn you have kept over the years? I have been working for almost 20 years. But when I look back, I can't see much of the money that I've earned over the years. What have I done with my earnings? What happened to all the years and the time that I've put in, my life that I've put in into work, and I've earned my money because I've been paid over the years. Now the problem is that I've not educated myself financially. Now I've started an initiative where I distribute this book, The Richest Man in Babylon, to the young adults. If you have just started working, 1 or 2 to 3 years of work, I give this book to you for free. We arrange a meeting, a group meeting, where we meet, we have a discussion, where I do a presentation of the principles of this book, and then I give you time to go read the book. Now, when you get the book in the meeting, you need to sign a declaration. The declaration says, I accept this book as a donation to myself, and I promise that if I find this book to be useful in any way, I will return 2 copies of the book. If it's useless for me, I will bring a copy of the same copy of the book, which will be donated to someone else. Now, if you look on the copies that you have in front of you, you will notice that on the second page, someone has signed the book and says that the book is sponsored by this person. So what happened here is that I've bought the first copies of the book, I've given them all out, and then the people now have read them, and then they've returned the books back to me. But you need to give back 2 copies of the book, which I then donate to the next group. The next group again has got about 6 months to read and apply its principles, and then decide what to do with the book. But I will also be supporting this by education initiatives where I arrange between the 6 months, halfway in the 6 months, I arrange for a financial talk. We have a discussion in terms of the progress, and then we take it from there. Now, my challenge to you is this. When it's all said and done, when your life is over, how would you answer this question? Did I do everything I could with all I was given? Did I do everything I could with all I was given? Because what you have is not something that you generated because of your own intelligence. It's what the universe has given to you. What have you given back? I have this initiative because this, for me, feeds my soul. I've got my employer who feeds my stomach. This project feeds my soul. What do you do to feed your soul? When all is said and done, would you be able to say, I've done everything I could with all what I was given? Mr. Toastmaster.